Eclipses aren't always visible to everyone on the planet, but trust, even if you can't see an eclipse happening, you're still going to feel the effects of this important cosmic event. So, if you're interested to know more about lunar eclipse, what to do, what not to do during the eclipse, then stay tuned till the end. Eclipses are the cosmic cleanup crew and catalysts, believed to bring in abrupt endings and beginnings. They are the push we need to make change in our lives. So eclipses are harbingers of change. They usher in evolution. And at a lunar eclipse, a shadow of the earth falls across the face of the moon, bringing unconscious feelings to the surface, grounding them in reality. Lunar eclipses are culminations of emotional cycles that have run their course, and they encourage us to let go of emotions, to let go of attachments that are no longer serving us. The lunar eclipse is an extremely powerful time for cleansing our emotional waters and setting intention for renewal and rejuvenation in the coming months. Because the energetic cycles of the lunar eclipse tend to extend through the period of next 3 months after its event. In a lunar eclipse, the sun momentarily blocks the illumination that creates a full moon, resetting the current emotional cycle and allowing the shadow to reveal what is hidden in our subconscious, or keeping us blocked from seeing more clearly. The spiritual aspects of the moon represent our deep emotional tides, and so when the shadow passes over the moon, temporarily seizing the illumination of our emotional being, there's an opportunity to reveal and transform our current emotional state. Lunar eclipses are viewed in astrology as being deeply transformative times that can bring abrupt and sudden change. While this is true, there is another side to eclipses that is important to remember. Eclipses are like the cosmic helping hand of the universe. Imagine the energy of an eclipse like a universal hand that reaches down from the heaven and pulls you where you need to be. This can be a time of leaving what is safe and comfortable in order to grow more fully into yourself. And the good thing about eclipses is that generally you can trust the direction they are guiding you in. Eclipses bring about events that are part of the cosmic plan. Yes, so trust it. These are the important times for reflection upon your life, whom you need to forgive or what you need to let go of and move on from. Eclipses are often talked about as if they are somehow a rare or special occurrence. But the thing is, eclipses happen every year. And actually they happen twice every year. But what does it matter? Does an eclipse cycle actually have a spiritual influence on us in the physical? And if so, is it positive or negative one? Well, before we really dive into this, I want to point out that we live in powerfully transformative times. This means there are many significant time periods, high energy gateways, as well as astrologically observable events that act as markers on our paths and doorways for transformation, just waiting for us to claim and step through them. Both solar and lunar eclipses are among these highly significant times. And in 2021, we have 2 different eclipse cycles. One eclipse cycle happens in May and June, and the next happens in November and December. The energy of a full moon is always that of the cycle coming to a crescendo or completion of its influence and essence. The full moon is an opportunity to let go of an aspect of your emotional experience that you have outgrown, in a time for anchoring in a new maturity of wisdom that was gained in the previous cycle. It is a perfect time for releasing something that no longer serves you. Endings are necessary in order to make way for the new, and a lunar eclipse is like the final purge of cleansing of an emotional cycle. If something needs to be gone from your life, if something needs to come to an end, An eclipse can help you set the intention of completion in concrete in the external world. Every single full moon brings a chance to embrace changes, let go, and cultivate greater connection with the divine. I believe we can experience connection with the divine by simply being mindful and present to the cycles of nature, the seasons, and life all around us. By developing spiritual practice that is rooted in earth-based wisdom and honoring the cycles of the moon and seasonal cycles of change and growth, we can live in greater peace and harmony in our daily lives. The full moon is a time to release attachments or blocks and barriers to our worthiness and open ourselves to greater receiving and inspiration. The energy of a full moon is always that of a cycle coming to a height of its current resonance. Whatever you needed to let go of, whatever changes you needed to make, an eclipse on the full moon can really help you to release, let go, and open to the new. Doing a small personal ritual on the full moon lunar eclipse, like lighting a candle or writing an intention down on paper and burning it, can really help you to engage the energies of release and usher in new changes. I have a very informative video on rituals that can really help you release or purge things in your life that no longer serving you, such as addictions to food, drugs, or relinquishing any suffering involved in hurtful relationships, discharging physical and emotional pains. I'll make sure to drop a link for that video in my description box. I'm sure that will help you. Now, this video is mostly around lunar eclipse. So if you're interested to learn more about the spiritual significance of full moon and how you can use the full moon energy in the most fortuitous way, you can learn a lot from my spiritual significance and purpose of full moon video. I'll make sure to provide the link for that as well for you all in the description. Okay, the energy of the lunar eclipse will last through the beginning of the new year and will open a new gateway of the energy that is productive, that is active, and that is positive. Change is constant. We talk about growth. We talk about change, letting go of the things that no longer serve us with hope. But the reality is change is uncomfortable and can bring up a lot of fear of the unknown. We like things that are familiar. We like things that are comfortable. Even our worst habits can be serving us in some way by keeping us small and comfortable. Real change requires us to be conscious of our emotions and feelings, and we can step into a new way of being by honoring and recognizing ourselves and the natural rhythms of life. Trust whatever is unfolding in your life as natural to the cycles of transformation and change. Know that it is all for a higher purpose. It is all for a higher purpose. What to do and what not to do during eclipses. Do identify your feelings. Yes. Eclipses usher in change and fast. We may not have time to think, much less process how we feel about these sudden events. So journaling, meditating, or talking things through with a wise advisor can really help you make sense of what the cosmos are trying to tell you. Don't make any sudden decisions. I know this may seem counterintuitive. After all, an eclipse whole deal is change, like yesterday. But emotions are running high, right? And the energy in the days before and after an eclipse is still a bit chaotic. So avoid making any rash decisions. Do connect with the earth. Staying grounded can be especially really helpful during a lunar eclipse. It could be as simple as taking off your shoes and walking barefoot outside or just touching a tree. You could bring a new plant into your home or pick up a crystal associated with the zodiac sign that the eclipse is falling in. Do not neglect your self-care routines. I understand eclipse energy can be exhausting, which can make it harder to stick to your self-care routines. But squeezing in a workout can seem minor compared to dealing with all of the drama an eclipse can dredge up. But this is exactly the time when stress relief and release can help the most. Even if you just take a bar walk or a quick bike ride. Meditate. I cannot overstress the importance of meditation. While it's a good habit to meditate daily, it's specifically advisable to meditate during eclipse and full moon. This is because of the connection that the mind has with the moon and the body has with the earth. As the sun is connected to both the mind and body, when all three celestial bodies are aligned, so is the body with the mind, making it a perfect time to meditate. And I'll drop a link for you all on a very powerful meditation that will help you increase your inner balance, projection and strength, while helping you release, express gratitude and connect you to the original source so you may wake up to your soul's purpose. This is a big week, my friends. This is a big week energetically, and the best thing we can do is surrender into the incoming energies. These energies are pretty fiery at the moment, very fiery, and may bring some instability emotionally, mentally, and physically. On an internal level, we are moving through a period of deep healing and a clearing of old karmic cycles. With this clearing, karmic agreements will be restructured, encouraging us to step out of the past and into the new. Who we have been and how we have lived is no longer necessary, as a total transformation of ourselves and our world is required. Knowing that the energy of eclipses may feel intense is ultimately supporting you through massive transformation to help you align with your highest self and the most vibrant life. So dream big, my friends. Dream big. Feel into what your most radiant, high vibrational life would be like. Do all the do's that we talked about and stay in high vibration. Stay in high vibration. All the best.